Here we go. All right, this is Post Meridian Podcast. This is Stephanie.
This is Alexis.
And we're sitting here with the band Papers. And, a little bit about yourselves would be...
I'm Joe Bob. I play the drums and I do most of the vocals. I've been playing music around here since 94, 95. I was in band Resonant before this with Matt, Bowl, Chapless Larry, and I was in a band called Soup Brain way back in the mid 90s to late 90s, somewhere around there. So I'm old.
Do you guys have any of this on the internet, actually? Any of your old stuff?
Resonant is probably on SoundCloud. Bowl is definitely on SoundCloud. Chapless Larry, you might be able to find on an old Reverb Nation page if it's still there. Yes, and it's Crazy Insanity. Soup Brain, there's an old VHS tape at my parents' house.
That is so cool.
So if you go over there, you could probably probably watch it. They'll probably put it on for you. So give them a call. Hit my mom up on Facebook. Let her know you want to watch the video.
Probably in
Joe Bob's
the
mom,
Magnavox right now.
Yeah, she's got it loaded up, ready. She's got it. As soon as you do walk in there, she's like, "Oh, my baby."
It's locked. It's loaded.
Yeah, she loves me.
It's my favorite spot, but I'll rewind it for you. I like when he takes his shirt off.
I just think the name Soup Brain is fantastic.
Yeah. Well,
It's definitely better than the band.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, yeah. What are you gonna do? It was late '90s metal. People said we sounded like System of a Down, and we were like, yeah, that's what we're going for. It's cool back then. Yeah.
That's what we're
Don't be
doing.
jealous, Matt. Ask Matt what he did. Nothing. Went see Kiss 10 times.
Yeah.
9 times.
Well, yeah. It's funny, like Joe and I. My name's Matt. I play bass, some of the synthesizers, and some vocals in Papers. Formerly of a band called Centrifuge, then Full Moon Canoe, then Resonant, Bowl, now Papers. And Joe, I keep forgetting the connection of that. I guess multiple times Joe has reminded me that Centrifuge and Chapless Larry played multiple gigs together. I don't remember any of them.
And Chapless Larry also played with Full Moon Canoe, which was only a couple years ago, which he don't remember none of them either.
Get out of here.
Yeah, selectively doesn't remember them. Yeah.
Maybe I was unloading my gear or something.
Yeah.
Well, who's up?
Yep. Oh, but I was unloading my gear that whole time.
45 minutes.
Yep.
So yeah, I keep forgetting about that, but that makes me laugh every time.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
Yeah. We've been trying to avoid each other for years, yet here we are.
When did you guys meet then?
Full Moon Canoe played at Chippers in Austintown when Joe was running it, and my band Full Moon Canoe and his band Chapless Larry broke up and went public with it the same day.
Oh
it went full ABC News.
Yeah, everyone knew. It was breaking news everywhere.
So was it the next day I sent you a message?
Yeah, yep. It was the next day. And I was looking to do something a little less heavy and crazy because Chapless Larry was very technical metal, yelling, screaming weird stuff.
Right.
And he was looking to get back into something a little heavier because Full Moon Canoe was alt country type of
more rootsy rocky.
Yeah, it was very good. It was very I had them play as much as I could because I really enjoyed them. I didn't really like their guitar player. He was a dick, but
Right.
yeah, we won't talk about him.
We don't like him.
Yeah, no one liked him.
Okay, I didn't know.
But yeah, and so we kind of met in the middle, and he had a couple things going, or a couple things recorded and sent them to me, and we met at our old jam room was a couple streets down, or his old jam room that he invited us all to, and the first night we walked out there with 2 songs wrote, and that was the beginning of Resonant, and then
we had 3 good years of that.
yeah,
Again, at that point, I thought I was the best band I was ever in.
it was a great time. We were playing some real big shows and getting to travel around, and like people actually respected like us a little bit. It was, you know, they were like, oh, we like these guys, and then holding on to drummers. Drummers are the worst unless they're me. I'm the coolest. But
Seriously.
like, just drummers in general. You know, in this area, drummers are a pretty valuable commodity.
Musicians alone are, Neanderthalish being, and then the drummer is just like under that rock, sort of
Which
amoeba like. They're the worst.
I used to be a lot more outgoing and better person when I was just a singer. But now that I play the drums and sing, I had to sink to such lows to become a drummer.
He's such a worse person.
Yeah, it's
You're
terrible.
the scum of the earth.
Almost. Like, I mean, if I see an old lady, I'd knock the groceries out of her.
As soon as I get enough money for that drum machine.
Seriously.
But it's made me such a great drummer.
Good. Yeah, that's awesome. You've refined your skills.
Yes, it's worth it.
All right, listen. Where do you guys usually play your shows at?
Recently, we've played West Side Bowl over on the west side of Youngstown, hence the name. We played at That's Amore or just Amore.
I think it's Amore.
Amore restaurant.
But we're like,
Yeah.
hey, what's up with That's Amore place?
Yeah, and it was a good time. It was through shout out to Paul Goon. He puts together some shows. He's out there pounding the pavement, trying to help bands out. Big props up to him. We just did an interview with them.
Good job, Mr. Goon.
Yeah, Mr. Goon. Mr. Goon.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, look him up. Look him up on Facebook. And then we played at a place called Buzzbin down in Canton. That was a real good one. Place got tons of pinball machines.
I want to hit this up immediately.
Yes, a real nice stage for the bands. The owner told the bartenders to make sure the bands don't leave without having a good buzz. So that's always a good time.
Yeah.
A real nice outdoor patio. So like in the summertime they got outdoor shows and stuff.
Oh, cool.
And then we got something coming up in Kent at the Dome, and then in West Side Bowl, and then at the Matinee in Akron.
The Matinee in Akron.
Sometime after that. Yes.
In December, we're opening for a band called Mr. Clit and the Pink Cigarettes.
We just
looked
listen to that.
All right. Well, we're opening for them in December.
It's like a
Listen.
Wednesday night or something, but
Yeah.
they offered us the show. We're like, I don't think we could turn that down.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we had to take it.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, if we're free, we'll go.
Awesome.
I guess
Yeah.
they played West Side Bowl, and the Jimmy, the sound guy's like, if you got a chance, you do that gig. So we
Okay.
took that show. So
That's awesome.
are
Yeah.
they like an L7 type of situation? Do you know much about them?
yeah. Oh,
Okay.
Mr. Clit.
Yeah. Like, do they take turns singing?
Um,
Or is it just like?
It seems that way. Yes.
Okay.
Again, once the show was offered to us, I looked them up, got into them. So they're on their
Very
feed when they
intriguing
post stuff.
name.
And they seem
Yeah.
very entertaining. So
Right.
I think it will be. I don't know how good our combination will be, but
Right.
The heck with it. I
you
think
gotta
that's
gotta
rad.
take advantage of those
Hey.
shows.
Right.
Might
You gotta
open
get
some
out there.
doors.
Right.
Yeah. We'll
Live your life.
we'll play with anybody right now, and I think we'll play with anybody right now.
We'll play with anyone.
This is the show we're playing at the West Side Bowl. It's really good. Everybody, if you could see this, it's a real cool flyer. If you can't see it
Turn your
now,
attention to the flyer.
you can see it on Facebook. So go check it out. It's a cool flyer.
Yeah.
All of our flyers are made by Matt because
That's a
he's
good
re-
flyer.
he's sweet at making flyers. He steals everything, but you know.
Yeah.
Hey.
I like the woman with the rabbit.
Again, I
The
didn't.
woman with the rabbit.
I just stole the picture.
Yeah.
She's being shot by a dude with an eyeball head.
But do you see
and-
what he's shooting at her?
Like
Those
flowers.
They're roses.
Flowers.
Yeah, how nice.
Oh,
Wouldn't you like to be shot in the face with roses? I guess.
Duh.
I mean,
Absolutely.
I look forward to it every
There's
day. I
like a
come home.
whole
I've been waiting
channel
26
dedicated
years.
to
Yeah.
that. It's not what you think.
Okay.
Do not look
I'm not-
up
yeah.
shot in the face with flowers.
No.
You don't want to look that up.
No.
Don't
Yeah,
Google
right.
that.
Yeah, that's gonna be a no bueno situation.
It's
Do you
like
guys ever?
first time I looked up dicks on the internet trying to go to the sporting goods store.
Yeah.
No.
Right. No.
Don't
I-
Google
I
that.
was
Don't-
not
I needed more.
sport.
Not nowadays.
Yeah. Would you guys ever play at the Outpost in Kent? Did you ever go there?
We played there in Resonant.
And Bowl.
And Bull, yes, both of
I
those
like
bands
that place.
played there. Yep. It was a good time, and up until recently, they had the Blackout Cookout there most years, and that was a good time. We were there. We've been there the last few of them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, as he said, as far as turning any shows down with anyone, we're not going to turn down anywhere, really.
that
It's
is
more of
true.
a timing thing.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want to play Youngstown like 5 times in 1 month.
Right.
So if we turn a show down, it's usually because we have something else too close to that.
Right.
We almost, again, weeknight shows are tough,
Yeah.
but that Mr. Klitsch show is, an exception.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's middle of winter, and like a lot of time, like I do plumbing, and I work outside a lot, so middle of winter is my slow time.
Right.
So that's usually the hardest part of the weekday shows is don't know what time I'll be off a lot of times, but
Right.
you usually make stuff work a little easier in the winter.
Yeah, and people are just like dying for things to do.
Yes, it's winter. You're gonna
Exactly.
be outside.
Even just like running to my car, I'm like, do I have to go out? Honestly,
Yeah.
even like just now.
I just ate yesterday.
Yeah, seriously, I do not need anything else. That reminds me too, since you guys are into like synth stuff, have you ever heard of Author and Punisher?
Yes.
What do you think of him? Because I
I'm-
saw him at the Outpost.
It's wild.
He's
And
unbelievable. He
he's
built
got a
that
lot
entire
going on.
contraption.
and the head thing.
The freaking thing around his throat when he like hums, it's like sounds like he's screaming. It's like,
It's
bro.
like a one-man industrial metal.
He like built this contraption. He puts his like arm in and like slams it back and forth. Has like buttons along it. Does stuff with his feet and like levers and shit. And it
Whoa.
literally, we'll play you a video. of
Alright,
it.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
it is
I'm interested.
insane. Yeah.
You've never told me about this.
Again, it's
secret.
cool, but maybe it's just like the music isn't something I would put on and
Oh,
listen
we're
to.
friends.
Again, I'm way.
Right. I mean, it's definitely cool to see live.
And he's played with. He's played with like I think he may have played like a few shows with Godflesh or Jesu or some
He
of the
opened for
project.
Weed Eater,
Oh,
2016.
and yeah, and I
That's
don't-
where I saw him.
See, I didn't. I saw Weed Eater so many times. I know I skipped a few
We love
times.
Weed Eater.
Yeah, I've probably
Dixie
seen him like
Dave.
5 or
Yeah,
6
still the
times.
trash
Yeah.
god,
Oh,
like, for sure.
love him.
Yeah, he's
Can you
Would
get
you
into
call
it?
him
too good.
a
Trash
trash
dog.
con?
He's
Trash dog,
disgustingly amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gross.
But
Yeah. Oh yeah. And he's just.
yeah.
I
He's
saw.
gross.
I
But we
s-
love him.
I
Yeah.
remember they played the Outpost, which when Blackout Cookout was there, Weed Eater played one of the Blackout Cookouts,
Oh my gosh.
and I saw some female from another band come up, and I think she thought he should know her, and he obviously was like,
He was
But-
probably so far gone anyways.
and
It's like, wouldn't even
and
matter.
she came up and was like all over him, and I was standing next to him briefly,
Mm-hmm.
like seconds beforehand, and it was just like a tornado of whiskey and vomit,
Yeah. Yeah.
Bomb.
He
Cactus
smells.
and whiskey.
bomb water.
Yeah, he smells bad. Because I've smelled that. Like, he gets so. Well, I'm always, like, right up against the
can't
stage,
deal with
and
this.
he's, like,
He's
right
thrown
here.
up on stage. I mean, he sticks
Yeah.
that microphone in his mouth.
Yeah.
Just keep playing. It's
His
like,
eyes are always crossed.
can I get a new mic up here for me?
Yeah, he's definitely nuts, but
I actually
Love
played
him.
a show with in Centrifuge. I opened up for Bongzilla when Dixie Dave was sitting in on bass
No
with Bongzilla
way.
at Peabody's. Yeah, that
That's
was a good show.
amazing.
That was the best show I've ever played.
wow, love that. I just listened to Gateway the other day. Okay, I feel like I'm getting way off track.
That's what happens with us. Yeah.
We'll drag you down.
Yep.
Um,
Come down to our level.
do you guys have any kind of merchandise at all for
Yes.
sale?
Yes.
We have shirts, we have stickers, and we have earplugs because of how loud we are.
Dude, I always need the earplugs.
Yeah, yeah.
Because my ears ring.
Yep, they don't say
forever.
papers on them or
No,
nothing.
We
They're
won't
just
sign
orange.
them. We won't sign them.
And yeah, no. You know what I was thinking though? We need to get just a rubber stamp that has a P on it. And we could stamp the ends.
Ah.
Just put a P on the ends. Then we could sell them for like $10 a piece instead of $1. We're like,
Yeah.
"These are
As soon as
branded
they start
merchandise."
sweating, that pee will get. then the inside of their ears would be black.
Sweet.
Right.
Hey, that ain't our problem.
Next
No.
morning, they're like, papers.
How much do you think people sweat at our shows, Matt? They're usually not moving around. They're like,
It's not true.
Jesus.
Lord have mercy on my ears.
They love it. People love it. My daughter gives it a giant thumbs up. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah,
I don't care.
absolutely. That I would be the same way.
By the way, hi Leia, because I'm sure she will listen to this because
Okay.
she thinks we're the best band ever, and it's good enough for me.
Hey, yeah.
Yep, cool.
That puts you guys all the way to the top.
She's got the big earmuffs.
Yep, we made it. Yep.
Yeah, I love you guys.
She'd probably listen to something else all the time. Like, yeah, great
Lionel
job,
Richie.
Dad.
Just listening to Lionel Richie.
Can't blame her.
Can't
Sometimes
blame
when we're jamming and we're playing, I'm listening to Lionel Richie. So, makes
Not
sense.
listening to anything you
So yeah, we got merch. Sorry.
Awesome possum.
What genre is the band?
Well,
Boy, boy, we got to ponder this for a second because, like,
philosophically,
we've never been asked a question like this
I went to
before.
the top of the mountain
So, like,
and I
let's.
stared upon the earth. No, like Paul Goon called us stoner rock,
Mhm.
which Resonaut, our old band, was definitely 100% stoner riff rock, and we were proud of that we didn't hide it. This is a little bit more noisy,
Noise rock.
more noise rock.
Noise rock.
Yeah.
It's, I like to call it Matt and Joe rock.
Wow.
Matt and
It's
Yeah.
well, I don't know what it's
We're
different.
trying to do something different.
Yeah,
We really
yeah.
are.
Yep.
You get a comparison immediately, like to the bass and drum duo, to other bands, but I don't listen to many drum and bass duos. Ohm is probably
Love them.
they're
Alice
probably
Cisneros,
yeah,
near and dear to this heart.
absolutely. It's that might be one of the only ones I listen to. Like Lightning Bolt, I'm not a big fan of. I respect them, I like them, I'll listen to them, but I don't go out of my way to listen to them. Or Royal Blood is another one. But
But there is a great band in I think they're in Kent called Dump Cake. There's two girls that are bass and drums.
Absolutely.
We're gonna get it. We're gonna definitely get a
Yeah,
show
we
with
gotta
them
get a show
eventually.
with
Yeah.
I know the one girl, and I got to talk to her next time I see her in person and
Yep.
see if we
Yeah,
get
we'll get one of them.
Yeah, line that one up.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is yours. I mean, it doesn't matter, I guess. What does papers mean? Like, I guess, like what?
Oh,
What's the
another
meaning
one of these
behind
questions.
papers?
Jesus, lots
This
of
wasn't on the last round.
Yeah.
Wait, this is a new one. I'm not
Yeah.
prepared for this
Oh,
one.
jeez.
It's an idea where you put the, where ideas are written down. It's,
Yeah.
Papers. It's where you get the ideas from your brain, right side, left side, and get them onto the paper.
Right? Yeah. Okay, I didn't know if it was.
No,
like
it's not.
something
It's
deep.
about papers.
What are we writing on
rolling
today?
papers.
Paper. Yeah, I mean, that's what I thought. it
Yes,
was.
that's definitely where it comes from because it started at Resonaut and then it went to Bowl and then somewhere in there was our band Wax. That is just me and Matt doing electronic weird stuff.
Right.
I hurt myself once because I'm fat and old and couldn't play the drums, so he brought all his gear down and he did all these drum beats and synth loops and everything, and then I had basically all his guitar pedals for my vocals, and we did a whole bunch of stuff, and that's on SoundCloud as well under what is it called now?
Like the Joe Bob
No.
my Foddered.
Foddered, Fodder.
That's my electronic band
Yeah,
project.
look on
That's
SoundCloud.
awesome.
Check it out.
I wanna
Honestly,
check that out.
there's one or two I think with me on there. The rest of them are all cooler, without a doubt.
I got a memory card with
Yeah.
72 tracks that I'm waiting to upload.
And there's also some Resonance stuff is on SoundCloud and some Bowl stuff is on SoundCloud. It's all quality merchandise.
Okay, cool.
And
Yeah.
there's paper stuff is all on SoundCloud too. We love SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
It's free.
It's
Well,
free.
Is it though? Because I had issues.
Oh wait,
It's free as
Free
long
to
as
a
you only.
point.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
like-
free to a
Okay.
point.
We could keep like 7 songs up there at a time. Or
Yeah, I
something.
was gonna say we have like 6 or 7 interviews on there, or whatever, or episodes.
Are they long, half hours sort of thing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
'cause
I wasn't thinking songs.
the bowl song or the bowls band. It was basically 30-minute improvised jams that were just off the cuff, and even the shows we went and played, we just would go set up and just play for a half hour and make shit up. And I mean, every time I think that it turned out great somehow or another. We managed to pull it off every single time.
Every single time.
Plenty of inspiration.
Yeah, we got very, very inspired every time before we played, and then we just
heavily
played.
inspired.
We picked a key that we wanted it to be like major, minor sort of thing, and I actually had multiple loopers, so it sounded bigger than a three-piece band. For sure.
That is so cool. Those things are really neat because then you could like go over, like record one thing and then have it going, record again and
especially when somebody knows how to use them. Like he don't need me. He keeps me around. I think he keeps me around because
could be the
I'm
next
good
author
looking.
and Punisher.
And so he's like, I gotta have someone that can talk to the camera and shit.
He's got a truck.
I got a truck. I can haul everything. I'm pretty
obviously
strong.
very strong.
I can carry stuff. So he keeps me around.
Win-win.
But
That time he had hernia surgery.
Willing.
yeah, he tried to get rid of me. He tried to get rid of me. He was like, listen, do you think you'll ever play drums? I was like, I've been gone for 2 weeks, Matt. Come on.
You're gone for good.
It's a ticket, man.
I'm losing you.
All right.
That's too funny.
What's the inspiration behind Papers? Obviously, the audience.
No.
Am I correct?
No, not at all. It was really formed out of, like, nobody else wants to hang out with us. We're misanthropes for sure. And, like, with Resonant, I just sang, and he played guitar. And then we had problems with drummers, just falling out, wouldn't be able to make it or whatever. And if the drums were there, I was like, you guys know I can kind of play drums a little bit, which they totally scoffed at because I once came in with my guitar, which I can play a little bit of. And I was like, hey, Matt, what if I play a little bit like backup guitar? And he took my guitar and he smashed it on the fucking ground. And he was like, fuck you, you will not play guitar in this room. And I was like, holy fuck, man, my guitar. So obviously they didn't think. He fixed it. He fixed it. It works great. It's amazing.
Okay, good.
It's somewhere getting mold on it.
I'm imagining it damaged beyond repair.
Yeah, it's in a box. So obviously when I was like, I can play the drums, they were like, okay, we're gonna put our fucking gear away because the drummer ain't showing up because whatever, Joe. And I got back there, it was like, kept a beat. It blew their mind. They were like, he can fucking do something. Sweet.
This dude can play the
Yeah.
drums.
So that started up the whole bowl thing. And then after the bass player was done playing with us, it left the two of us basically. So like, neither one of us want to leave the Sweet Jam room. You guys seen it? It's a pretty awesome room.
It's freaking sweet.
You know, until one of us kills the other one, we're gonna do this.
Well, look, it's
Whittled
also
down to one.
Yes.
it's also gonna be our home for zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
you need
yeah.
a place.
We're
setting up. So,
Like if you're
you know.
walking, where
Yep.
you know, head this way because this is gonna be. I've slept here multiple times.
Yeah.
There's definitely
out of
like
necessity.
you come home or come back after a real late show out of town or something.
Right,
It's nice to crash for a couple minutes.
right. By
So-
yourself? Because I feel like it'd be kind of scary in here if you're by yourself.
Yeah.
I'd be terrified.
But,
It
but
is
there's
the
nothing
darkest
to
dark
be
I've
scared
ever
of.
witnessed. It is like
Like
right here.
nothing.
Yes.
Yes.
That makes me a little anxious. I don't know why. I
I'd
do
be
It's not
like-
even I wish I heard a critter. I wish I heard
Yeah.
something.
Just nothing.
Like, the
Silence.
animal wouldn't really scare me. It's like if I'm hearing something a little like too beyond this unearthly.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I gotta go.
Yeah,
now.
you know, it's a pretty cool building. It's pretty chill. We've been here for a while.
Do you guys
I
have
mean-
to pay for this, or you just
Oh
like
yeah.
hang
Yeah.
out? I mean,
Yeah, but it's
okay.
it's very reasonable.
Yeah, I'm
And
sure.
the guy that owns this whole building, he runs Gorilla Joe T-shirt
Oh,
printing.
that's what the
Yes.
front of it. Okay.
Yeah,
Because when I
so-
see that, I'm like,
Mhm.
what? Okay.
So he needed a bigger area for his business, and he bought this building, and like it was 2 weeks before our building down the road was getting tore down for YSU purposes.
Oh.
So
Jim Trussell didn't like the looks of it.
Yep. So we just happened to get wind of it,
That's pretty much it.
and Matt showed up here and got first dibs. So we got the coolest room here, of course.
We had to work for it. We had
Yes,
neat,
it was
neat area.
just
Good.
destroyed when we first came in. Just total mess everywhere, and we just worked on it for a couple weeks straight. You weren't here for that, right?
No.
Oh, so we had a whole bunch of square carpet tiles that we put down in there, and you guys seen them on the floor. And to put them down, we figured, well, you use rubber cement. What else would you use? Stick it to the floor.
Right.
So we rubber cemented these things, and we were in here for hours with this rubber cement, and finally we realized, holy fuck, what is wrong with it? Like we were just beyond fucked up. We couldn't even smoke anything. We were just like
Higher than the sky. Yeah.
I had to go open the door, and we stood out in the middle of the road for 20 minutes or so, just trying to breathe, and like. It just never dawned on us, you know. Sometimes you forget
Every
stuff.
last brain
When
cell
all you're
left.
thinking about is like how cool this room's gonna fucking be, man. I can't wait. We're gonna black light. We're gonna and then
That's why only like a quarter of the room is done.
you'll see it stop.
After that, nobody attempted it again.
So now we just have the rubber cement under the bar when we feel like getting high.
Just for those special occasions
Yeah, you know.
when you don't feel like smoking.
Yeah, friends are over. We crack it open in the middle of the table. Everyone sits around, hangs out around the big can
Get
of
like
rubber
a
cement.
sniffing straw.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Shit, I never thought of that. Yeah, it's one for you. Cool.
Okay, I got a point. Okay, so now we're going to go into some off-the-wall questions
Oh,
that
boy.
do not pertain to the band at all. They just pertain to, like, you.
Uh-oh.
It's not crazy, I swear. Yeah,
All right.
they're really just
This is
This is
random.
your fault.
This is just really random questions.
Right.
Be prepared.
Okay, so what's your favorite condiment?
Barbecue sauce for me.
Barbecue sauce?
Yeah, for sure. Love barbecue sauce. All kinds of different. Let me talk about barbecue sauce while Matt thinks. I love all kinds of barbecue sauce. I also love mixing a bunch of different barbecue sauces to like make my own barbecue sauce.
That's like a
Once or twice I've even made my own barbecue sauce, like some simmering down like tomato and everything.
Oh.
Sucks, it was never that good.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Though.
But eventually I'll get a good one.
Yeah.
But until then, like I like open pit.
Open. I was gonna say
Yeah.
open pits.
Open
my
pit's real good.
favorite.
The only thing I don't like about open pit is sometimes it's a little runny.
It is very runny.
Yeah,
and
yeah, it used to be
the-
thicker.
It's so open.
Yes,
You pour-
open
it's
pit.
Like
I see what you did there. So sometimes you mix that with like a little bit of like some famous Baby Ray's or something for thickening it up.
Sweet baby.
Did you figure out yours yet?
I don't know. No.
All right, so I really also like, Kansas City.
You're winning
Kansas
me over.
City is really good. That's the vinegary one, I think. Or no, that's South Carolina or some shit.
Yeah, Carolina
The
barbecue.
Yeah, vinegary one. I like
Yeah.
that. That's real good.
Yeah.
I like when you can get a vat of it and you can just like dump the whole meat into the vat and bring it up,
Dump the
roll
whole
it up.
meat.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've seen Matt use mustard once.
No.
I wonder if that- or not mustard.
No.
Oh,
No,
jeez. He
I
hates
I've
mustard.
pretty much
It's-
eaten
yeah.
anything and everything, but I do not like mustard. But my vote for barbecue sauce is there's a company out of Cincinnati called Montgomery Inn.
Ooh.
It is pretty much the only thing I've bought for like 10 years now. Giant Eagle.
Really?
The Giant Eagles has it.
Ooh, that's the big
Um,
bird?
I didn't know that Ohio had Giant Eagle. I'm not gonna lie. I thought
What?
you all had Sparkles.
No, we have Sparkle too. That's how Ohio rolls. We got like 4
There's
grocery
like
stores.
You got 'em
Two
all.
Sparkles
Yeah.
now. I mean,
Double Sparkles.
No, there's a Sparkle
couple
in
Giant
Cortland I
Eagles.
just seen. So that's 3 Sparkles. There's one in Craig Beach. I've been to that one. I get corn dogs from there. It was pretty good.
you got your Sparkles card.
I do.
stamped.
Yep.
You know, you visit all 10 stores, you get a
It's
popsicle.
it's digital now. It's just on my phone. I go in and scan it. They're like,
Sparkle does not have any sort of app. Okay, don't
Listen.
Let's get it.
I show a picture to somebody there and they make a sound beep.
That guy doesn't work there.
No.
That guy doesn't work there. He's just looking through your phone.
He's got all of those. Is he following me? He does make me take a lot of pictures with him.
Maybe he's not real.
No. I should look at the pictures.
Isn't that the guy you asked if we could borrow his van?
Yeah, he had a real nice van. I helped him put a couch in it.
Hey, you have a nice
6'6".
van. Can we borrow it?
Yeah. It's like, hey, can you fit an 810 cab in here, buddy? Will you help us carry it? And then, like, he said yes. I'm like, no, take me back. See, you gotta help us now.
It's written in stone.
That's right.
This guy tried to mug us. Next thing you know, he's taking an 810 into the dome in Kent.
Like, what the hell happened? I'm trying to take these guys' money, and now I'm their roadie? Fuck.
We're giving
Yeah, I've got a free paper sticker. Good. Oh, great.
Heck of a deal.
Oh, yep.
All right. Back on
So
track.
what was the question?
Condiment.
Oh, yeah, barbecue sauce. for sure.
Montgomery Inn.
Okay, so barbecue sauce in the both.
All
All right. This
yeah. What's your favorite album?
Holy
I
shit.
know. It could be like 10 albums. I don't know.
Oh, boy.
I couldn't personally do like one. No, there's too many.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
make you feel a lot of
Maybe,
feelings
like,
and
right
stuff. I
now.
don't know.
right now,
Ooh, okay, right now.
boy, I'm gonna say something. Let me check my phone to see what.
What have I been listening
But
to?
I will say something unusual that's might surprise people that know me is it's not new by any means, but Billie Eilish has that
shut
album.
up.
Okay.
She got me like.
That album is fucking great. It
Yeah.
really is. Like
It's definitely
that.
different stuff.
It's on my recently listened for sure. I listen to a lot of them or that album a lot. Like
Right.
find myself going back to it quite often. Like it's
Got a cool
quality work.
sound. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
It
Like
definitely has a good
I don't know
sound.
where it comes from and if she's legit or not. But
Her brother is a really big part of her sound,
Mhm.
and they don't try to hide it at all.
Right.
Like they did a song together on Saturday Night Live where he played the acoustic, and their vocal, you could tell that it was live,
Right.
and they could hear.
Right.
They were on. And,
Yeah.
and I
That's
do have a
awesome.
lot of respect for her, but
Right.
he is a big part of her success, and I don't blame either one. I think she's great. I think she's
Mhm.
phenomenal.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
My 12-year-old daughter loves her, and I love that that's what she likes, compared to a lot
What
of the
else
other
is
crap
out
that's out
there?
there.
Yeah.
'Cause I listen to the
Yeah,
album
for
driving
sure.
down the road, and there's a lot of weird stereo stuff going on. I'm like, this is actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, it's definitely
Right.
really neat.
Babe, you mind if I spark up? 'Cause, but yeah, she's a big fan.
Yeah, but pretty much like anything by Mike Patton because I'm just kind of I don't know, a nerd like that. Like Faith No More, Mr.
Oh, I love Faith
Bungle,
No More, yeah.
Tomahawk, Dead Cross. Like he just did a new album that's a pop album with a 70-year-old pop writer, like the guy that writes all the pop songs for French pop stars
He
or
writes
some
the
shit.
songs that makes the whole
Whole
world
world.
sing.
Yes, that's the guy. It's called Dead Corpse, right?
Dead
No.
Cross.
Corpse Flower.
Corpse.
Corpse Flower. Jesus. I was thinking Dead Cross is the other one, yeah. Corpse Flower. And it's a real strange pop album that's just real catchy and fun to listen to. And like most of his albums, I find myself going back to a lot of times.
I'll have to check them out.
And Clutch. Like,
Oh,
There's
just
Clutches.
Clutch is the shit. Like,
Yeah.
man, I
Absolutely.
can never get away from them.
No, you shouldn't
Yeah.
ever get away from them.
And I don't know, like favorite album's definitely hard because I just he
many.
has introduced me to so much like crazy music that I never would have found honestly because like he's
Right.
kind of a snob about music. I end up liking probably 80 to 85% of stuff he brings to the table. He's like, check this out, check this out. And
Yeah.
I like it, and I'm like, here, check this out. And he's like, shut this shit up.
Shut it
And
down
I
now.
shut it down. It's fucking off.
Only listen to what I say.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
true. That's not true. I'm very open-minded.
Yeah, no, it's so like it is nice because we do have a lot of different tastes in music and where our roots lie,
Right.
and we have definitely both introduced each other into a lot of different cool shit. So
That's awesome.
one album's hard. That's a hard question.
Yeah.
It is.
I know.
It's
I'm
nearly
sorry.
impossible to answer.
I know.
I quit.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, I got just like changing albums, and there's, but like right now, I'm on I saw this band Ken Mode at Blackout Cookout,
Okay.
and
Never heard of them.
I've seen them. I thought I saw them before. I've heard them before, but their live set, was something special. I stepped outside for a second, and I came back in, and they were just starting, and they were a three-piece that were just at the top of their game at that moment, and I was at the top of my game at that moment. And I walked in and just witnessed this three-piece band play for 35, 40, 45 minutes, and I haven't seen it was one of those things that was just like, okay, I turned around, walked back, as soon as they were done, look at their merchandise. I ordered like their CDs. I actually wanted their CDs, you know. So their newest one is called Loved by Ken Mode. I can't stop listening to that album. And it's recorded really loud, so it sounds great in the car.
Right.
You'll piss off the people next to you. It's
That's perfect.
phenomenal band.
Yeah,
And
great
again,
stuff.
one of those bands that I knew of, heard, but their live performance was altering for me, where I was just like, okay, I need everything they have out.
Right.
Mhm.
And then here I find out they're from Canada. They have 5, 6, 7 albums. Again, they've been around forever, and
That's so cool.
so it's cool when you find a band like that, and then you go back and it's like endless supply of material.
Right. Not like brand new and they have
Right.
one album. You're like, crap.
Yeah.
And, you know, and then they break up. But
Right.
But yeah, they won me over with their live show, and I've been a huge fan and listened to them, especially here. I listen to them a lot here.
That's how
That's awesome.
they introduced me to him, and Lucas, our old bass player, introduced me to the Atomic Bitch Wax, which
I've never.
they are just like a ball of fucking energy. Every album is just great, and it was the same thing when they introduced it to me. I went and checked it out, and they had 10, 15 albums. They got just tons of albums.
Wow. Yeah.
And they're all spectacular. Like, he let me borrow a CD of one that isn't on streaming, and it hasn't left my CD player. I've had it for probably a month now.
Yeah, it's weird. There's like they're actually been around long enough to where some of their albums haven't crossed over to streaming services.
Wow.
Whether it's a record company, whatever.
Right.
So it's like, oh, I actually own that CD.
Yeah, and
I have a
it's
physical
great.
copy.
They
yeah.
definitely check them out. They are very cool.
We'll check them out.
Yeah, the Atomic Bitch Wax. It's an
Well,
easy name to remember.
When they
too.
first started, one of the guys from Monster Magnet,
Oh,
Two
yeah,
of them.
yeah.
Remember
2
that?
of them.
Yep. mhm.
So the name followed them,
Right.
but then those guys left, and the band carried on, and
Mhm.
they're still just as phenomenal as when they were with the guys from Monster Magnet.
Wow.
It is
From
like
New Jersey.
Yeah.
just it'll make you speed if you're listening to it driving down the road.
It's rock. It's real
Yep.
rock.
That
Okay.
sounds badass,
Yep.
for sure.
There's a pretty heavy doom band from Canada. I forget what part. They're called Norlisk. You should check them out.
Oh, yeah?
They are cool
I
as
am a big
heck.
fan of
Norlisk?
every dorm.
Seriously,
That's a cool name.
I'll play you a song when this is over because it's absolutely amazing. There's a song called Japanese that's like, it'll change your world. It is
Nice.
so good. It's so
Good thing about music.
good.
Always
Yes.
awesome.
I like the slow and doom.
Oh my gosh, yes. I can't even get into it. I won't shut up. Okay, next question. What's the best thing you've ever tasted? Besides open pit barbecues.
Boy. Me and my wife are both pretty good cooks. Like, I'll pat myself on the
Get
back for
myself.
that one, because we've eaten in a lot of really good restaurants because that's what we like to do. That's our fun pastime.
Right.
Boy, I think. Boy, that is a rough one. Probably, I think it's a tie between my. I make pork belly tacos
Ooh, that
with
sounds
pork
good.
belly that I cook for like 6-7 hours.
Uh-huh.
And I cut it down and I render it, and then I make some of that sweet, like, barbecue sauce type stuff on it.
There it is.
And then it takes some of that, just a little bit of cilantro, and just a couple pieces of shredded cheese, which I love cheese so much, but it's so
Right.
good it doesn't even need it.
Right.
Between that and my wife makes a homemade macaroni and cheese, it's just like
That sounds good as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just
Noodles are
makes
right.
me eat so much that I feel sick and I want to just go take a little nap.
Right. Yeah.
So I think that probably is a good sign of best thing you've ever eaten.
Absolutely.
Taking a nap.
Absolutely. All right. How about you?
Other than Joe's sweet, sweet lyrics.
Eating those lyrics.
It's the first thing that popped in my head was I lived in New Orleans for a minute,
Oh yeah, that's
and
cool.
there was a shrimp and redfish Creole that just like as soon as you asked that question, I got hungry for it. But that or like a really good piece of tiramisu.
Oh man, I have not had tiramisu in a long time.
So yeah,
For
those
my
are like
business.
maybe my two favorite things in the world.
Okay.
The ice cream at Cockeye Creamery in Warren is also some of the most spectacular stuff you will ever eat. It's this
Really?
there's a Cockeye barbecue that they make barbecue, which is
Just
spectacular. And their son is like 23 years old. He opened his own ice cream place, like right in the back parking lot. That is
Wow.
outrageously good. And I am going to have my own ice cream there. Maybe by the time this podcast comes out, hopefully it's going to be called Joe's Fudge Pie, because I recommended some fudge pie be put in some ice cream. Which is not like anything crazy, because they were already doing that. But I'm like, you going to make that pie and ice cream? And they're like, sounds good. What's your name? I'm like, my name's Joe. Yeah. They're like, all right, we're going to call it Joe's Fudge Pie Ice Cream.
That's awesome.
So good, I'll come eat it.
Did they give you any royalties for the? I mean,
I doubt it, and I'm fine.
Okay.
With that.
I'm fine.
I'm all about recognition, you know, the fame.
There's a convenience store in North Jackson that actually makes a sandwich called the Resonaut,
Yes.
named after the band.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is so
That's
cool.
awesome.
You
Yeah,
guys
like,
really did
yeah,
it.
it's pretty
Number
much to
one.
me, yeah, I mean, like, that band made it. Like,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
we made it, like,
Break up after that.
No
One,
sandwich
somebody was
named
supposed
after
to
us?
kill themselves.
Yes.
I don't know. But we would have been huge.
yes.
That
The drummer was supposed to do it.
Yeah.
is.
He didn't.
Let us down. on that.
He tried. He tried real hard for a long time. But
That's awesome.
All right.
keeps
So-
going back to the bands. They're like, let's get away from the band for a second. We're like, no. Let's talk about our band. This is all we got. Come on.
All right, Joe. What is like the last movie you watched? Boom. I know.
Oh, right. I'm watching a lot of movies.
Oh, really?
No.
I watched too many movies.
I,
like addiction for real.
Yeah, no, boy.
Did you guys watch the new Joker?
Movie. No. Like, I honestly don't remember. I'm trying to remember I think the last time I was at the theater was probably Endgame. I went and seen Avengers
Okay,
Endgame
that was
because,
a good one.
I like superheroes because I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that's the last movie I've seen,
I was
but
gonna say, I hope not. That was like
I'm-
months ago.
I think
Did you
I'm-
watch It Chapter 2?
No, I don't care about none of that.
I didn't see the
At least
first one
he's
either.
honest.
Um,
I've never met. Wow.
No,
That's
like,
very
like my
interesting.
wife watches all kinds of movies without me and shit. I just
Right.
I don't have interest in them. Like
Oh, man,
like
I gotta have them.
I got ADD real bad. So my interest lies in just I will watch just short YouTube clips of Gordon Ramsay yelling at people. And then
We'll call that a movie.
today on a podcast that I listen to called The Daily Zeitgeist. It's a news podcast that's,
Oh, okay.
leaning the way I lean.
Right.
They were talking about a guy called Holmes on Holmes. That's a Canadian show that the guy like goes and rebuilds things, and so now I watch some of his videos, but like I only watch clips and shit because like I don't. And
Right.
sometimes I'll put on the clips and I'll put it in my pocket, and just listen to it through my headphones. I'm like, I wonder what these guys are building right now. But
That's too funny.
and sometimes I like to watch cartoons. Like I love old
Oh yes, I love old
like
cartoons.
old cartoons, and
He-Man and the Real
Yeah.
Ghostbusters
Yeah.
are my two favorites.
and all the superhero
Oh.
cartoons. I love all of them. Like,
Yeah.
you know what? I watched a DC cartoon movie called
Really?
Teen Titans something or other,
Okay.
and it was really good.
Nice.
I think that was recently.
I think that was recently.
I play
perfect.
video games.
Yeah,
That's what
I play
usually
video
do that.
games
What's your
too.
favorite video game now?
Red Dead Redemption
Everyone's
2 was
hooked
super good,
on that,
but
yeah.
now I've quit playing that, and I'm now playing a game called Days Gone, which is
Days Gone.
basically Red Dead Redemption, but you're on a motorcycle instead of a horse, and there's
Whoa.
zombies instead of O'Driscolls going. Pew! So you get like zombies, but they're runners and like
Oh,
fast
that's
zombies.
nice.
You don't have a whole lot of ammo, and there's not auto aim, so it's a really hard game.
Right.
It's super fun.
Yeah.
and
That sounds
there's,
awesome. Yeah.
You know, it's coming.
Yeah.
That's why we'll be here. I ain't gonna shoot none.
It's on its
whatever.
way.
I'll just stay out there.
Okay, what was the last movie?
I stayed up late last night watching a movie. I'm going to
Okay.
backtrack a week because last week I watched the original, and then last night I watched the remake.
Okay.
The original was Let the Right One In
I have watched that.
with the young girl who's
Yes.
a vampire.
Yeah.
Well, last night I watched Let Me In, which was the American remake of it,
I was
and
confused on that.
not a bad remake.
Yeah.
I did not foo-foo it at all. I saw it before when it first came out.
Uh huh.
I watched it again last night, and I really dig it. The little 12-year-old girl's a vampire, but it's more spook than gore by
Right.
far. So, but that's what I watched last
Okay.
night.
I'm
Let
not gonna
Me
lie,
In.
they had both of those on Netflix at one point in time together.
None
and
of them. Neither of them are on there.
Not anymore.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I watched the Let the Right One In,
Mhm.
and then I'd seen Let Me In, and it had the same kind of cover, and I'm like, did they change the title?
Mhm.
I was like, it's the same movie, same
It
description.
was an
and
American
everything.
remake, but it was only like 2 or 4 years later.
That's so weird.
One major difference is the original one, they show the 12-year-old girl and they show her like private parts all sewn up.
Oh.
The American version, they don't. They like he looks in and is like, oh, taken back.
That must have seen the American version then, because I don't think I've seen that.
It's very brief, but it's pretty striking. It's,
Okay.
That's why I don't watch movies, kids. It's terrible.
and I
I'm
just
sick.
saw they're remaking another version of The Grudge. Sam
Really?
Raimi, the Evil Dead dude, is doing it again.
No.
Wow.
Which I love The Grudge.
I
So-
have not watched that in a long time.
I don't know. What movie?
It
which one
reminds
is
me
that?
of like The Ring.
Is that
Long
subject
time.
of the movie?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All those
Sweet, I love it then.
Look
Sounds
that up.
great.
Look, Google
All
that.
right, I'll go Google.
Oh, that is too funny. Honestly, you could
Do you
probably
want
do
to
it with
order
the
The
live,
Grudge?
like, whenever you're
We'll give
talking
it a
to
shot.
Google.
See what happens.
Order The Grudge from Amazon.
Yeah. Wow.
That's
These
exactly
phones
what
are
I
smart.
Just starts playing The Grudge.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I can't watch this.
Bill Pullman is in that for like 32 seconds.
I don't. Is that the one where the lady comes out of the well?
No.
That's The Ring.
backwards? Okay.
When she comes through the like TV.
Yeah.
Now, you look up the original Asian version of that, spooky as shit.
So what's the Grudge though?
Bill
Who's in that one? Anyone I know?
Pullman
I don't
first
watch
for a
movies.
second.
Oh, cool. I've seen that.
Oh, jeez, I can't remember. I think Sarah Michelle Gellar might have been in the American remake.
Is it scary?
It's fucking spooky.
Yeah, I don't like scary movies.
It's
I
spooky.
seen Nightmare on Elm Street once. I didn't dig it.
It's like the kind of thing where the lady's taking a shower and she's like, "What the fuck's in my hair?" And she goes and it's a couple hands come out and grab her hands.
Yeah.
Oh, what's in my hair?
Love it.
It's like, "Mm."
It's like coming out of your
I've had my finger stuck in my hair before when it was knotted. I know how she feels. Totally. After cutting concrete all day, your hair.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Just
is
like
spooky.
that.
I'm scared now.
Like that.
Holy crap.
It's just
Oh.
like that.
Woo. All right.
Oh man,
Sorry.
that is too
That's
funny.
great.
Okay, so I'm gonna pause. people, this means that we're going to be recording a live song. That's what you're hearing right now. So get ready.
What happened?
Uh-oh.
Oh, there's always technical difficulties. With this many wires,
Well, I had one earlier, so I
yeah, bound to happen sometimes.
yeah.
The only thing we can rely on is our sweet lady.
That was
Who's always there for us.
Right.
Except for when that one part of the room like, what are you gonna do?
Too right.
We mounted a light inside of my trunk. It goes everywhere with us because, I like to have it shining on me when I'm playing.
Right.
It looks
It looks
cool on the
awesome as
outside.
heck.
Yeah. And that
Actu-
one usually comes with us and he puts it on his feet.
Oh, that's cool. Woohoo, get ready. Dude, me too.
Well, I took us home. Little fucking with it.
Dude, I follow that Breather
Oh.
band on
Oh, I hear
Instagram.
something.
So whenever he said that, I'm like, yo, you gotta be kidding me. They're like right across the dang hall. Rebreather. If you listen to this, shout out. Shout out to you.
Paper boys. That was the funniest thing that dude said ever.
Hardcore lovers.
Uh,
Tom Wise is real, dude. He has real emotions.
He is a real
He's
man.
like, he'll just say what's in his heart. I just love
It's
him.
funny that the song Lung Glasses that he was talking about is a song that, like, I think we've only played live one time.
Yeah.
And it's just a really weird electronic song about, at one point Matt found a meme that had a picture of him. And it looked regular on this side, and then on the other side it had on a pair of sunglasses that are behind you on the shelf.
Yeah.
And so we called them lung glasses, and then we wrote a song about how your lungs were going to wear lung glasses. And it's fucking silly as shit.
No, it was before and after. Is that what I did?
Yeah, and oh yeah, that's right. It was before smoking weed and then after smoking weed. And they got cooler because the lungs had sunglasses on. So that turned into lung glasses,
Lung
which
glasses.
just turned into just a silly song about lung glasses. So then we both bought the weird wraparound sunglasses to wear. And then we haven't played the song since.
Let me see if this works. It's gonna get loud here.
Okay, here we go.
Just a little
3,
bit, please.
2,
Oh, there,
1.
that's better.
Go.
Yeah,
Let's
like
go.
that. All right. Yeah, it might get a little loud for a second.
That's perfect. We
And then
love
after that, it's going to get real loud for like 4 minutes.
We're like, boy.
All right, beats are playing.
Yeah. All right, we're ready whenever you're. You let
We're
us know.
ready.
All right. This song's called Beats for Plans.
Woohoo!
starting over. Technical difficulties.
You weren't loud enough.
No, I wasn't loud. Oh man, listen how loud I am now. That's nice.
Sorry.
Alright, take 2 of this song.
Take 2.
That's a little extra everyone gets.
Heck yeah.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Ready?
I think so.
That's so good. I absolutely love it.
It's good as heck, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Wow.
That's heavy. I can feel it in my soul. I
That was
love
amazing.
that.
Point.
Good.
That feels good.
Yeah.
I don't know why that clean sound was so loud, Joe. I apologize.
Hey, yeah, we got about 40 minutes of that.
That's, yeah.
Things of that nature.
That-
I like that
yeah.
nature.
I'd be stuck in that 40 minutes for like 5 days. Like, I'm not joking.
Appreciate it.
Like,
I appreciate you
Right.
your girls coming out here. Seriously.
yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
for giving
thank
us
you.
the
What you're doing.
time.
People need to-
Thanks.
People need to keep doing this stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we're just like, why not? We like musicians, and like people don't
Yeah.
We don't want to get into the music, you
Right.
know? Let's just be real. We
It's
want to
great.
get you out there, get us out
Appreciate
there.
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah, and just, helping bands promote is just
Exactly.
amazing
We're
nowadays
trying to
because
promote every local.
We were talking in that interview, like, it's so hard for people to just share something nowadays. Like,
Right.
You don't got to go to your friend's band. Just how about share their page for them?
Yeah.
Just do a little bit. So you guys come
Right.
out and actually caring about music, and I do like the approach of asking the off the wall questions too. That probably normally lead away from music, but being too
It
stuck
comes
in old
back.
men, it's
Yeah.
just like no, music. Don't do that.
But you have to get to
Barbecue
know, like,
sauce music,
the person
yeah.
though in the band, you know.
Yeah. It makes it unless you get a stiff,
Yes. Yes.
Hold on.
Have you ever had any stiff bands yet?
Not yet.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
You're back. I'm sure
when you
you're
shut it
bound
off,
now,
when you shut
yeah.
that off, you can say.
Turn it off and then we'll talk.
The true gossip will begin. Okay, well, this was a success. Thank you guys so much. So much fun, and hopefully we'll be able to do some follow-up interviews with you guys.
Awesome.
Follow you along the way.
Save this address.
Yes.
This is where we'll be.
Okay,
You're like,
we
boy,
know
need
where to
fill
find
like
you.
an hour with nonsense and people
Yeah.
not answering the fucking questions we ask them. Oh, sweet
We
paper.
know where to go.
We know where they're at. Just
Yeah.
go bang on the door for a little bit. They'll be in there.
Yep, they're in there.
yeah. Every once in a while we take breaks. When you hear the break, just start kicking the door.